never slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no...
Danish.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff. He knows what he's got to do. So even Danish, he wins.
That's where he got his first podium at the start of the year in Jerez, and we now have a 1, 2, 3. It will look
if he falls off again, which of course he's just done. It won't reinflate the third time. Anyway, right into the race, as I said, saying that the bike was only 80% sorted. He's riding around any kind of...
Like Veda was trying to break away at the start of it, but they've caught him right back up. Will we see any kind of moves into...
5 laps to go. It's Brian Uriarte. And not quickest laps from those problems that he's got at the moment. Fastest man on track.
The other 20% has got to come from him, and that other towards 2A and 2B. Daniel looking towards the inside, but thinks better of it.
And guys, this time around, Marco Morelli, David Gonzalez, Mitani has passed Pratama.
80% came from Marco Morelli there as he pushes Pratama out wide as they flick it right then.
And Marco Morelli was well off in the green stuff, exiting the first corner on that time, so we had some track limits.
Ramersdorfer and Agostinelli and Singapore all gone down. Fink must have been at the left onto the little straight here from turn 6. Uriarte over the curves, having to jump back.
Warnings yesterday, they've got to watch that.
In towards turn 3 they come then. The same corner, that is a disaster for their final race of the year. Onto the track. He's really drilling the pace, isn't he, Peter? But he's got a lot of riders able to come with him. 54 leads, 51, 70, 95, 11, 34.
That's all we care about at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Right.
Back to the front, here we go.
Yeah, Brian Uriarte, yeah, he has. And David Gonzalez, you know, he had a fall yesterday. He said he was going for pole. He just pushed and pushed.
Mitani, 6th place. Singapore, 7th. Great stuff from him. Cup pushing up from 8th place to 7th.
Has the advantage. He's the cup winner. He's the man to beat. And it's Marco Morelli who's trying to push until he pushed too hard and slid off. But he said, I'm okay, the bike's okay, you know, I'm going to do it.
As he's also overtaken Singapore now as well. Danish not making the pro...
To do just that. Just 3.5 laps
Morelli
remaining.
Looking up the inside
in the race, and he's chasing Brian Uriarte very strongly now.
Morelli just really wants to make progress that he needs to be making at this stage of the season.
Right, and Danny Revolta
guarding his line, looking for a potential overtake, thinking better of it. Other riders are off the track. You see this another move back on Pratama and get through again. He clearly thinks he's got better pace, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Saying that it's a case of make haste slowly round here with these stop and go corners. You can't go in the temptation.
Scrapes on the asphalt there as that sort of happened. So
Van Kruyten tracks, yes, absolutely. And you know, as I say, Marco is capable of anything, anytime, any weekend. His action is to rush in late on the brakes, get it stopped, then turn, and he says you just screw yourself up completely. Limits warning.
Track limits warning. Well, we've had them for Brown, Daniel, Tassini, Cup.
Head has just got to be in it, and it's in it at the moment.
I think you've described him right. He is an enigma, isn't he?
You cannot get out the corner well. Watch a rider like Brian Uriarte who knows what he's doing. He's a little bit
pushing as well. Monignane,
just 3 laps remaining then. Now with 5.
He's one of those riders you just think on his given day, fastest in the race, no question.
Slower into the corner, but much quicker coming out.
Got to hand it to Beñat Fernandez in numbers.
Guys, you still can't really have a last lap plan. I've talked about this with Brian Uriarte. Great pass by Veda Pratama up into 2nd place behind Brian Uriarte.
7, he's up from 24th on the grid to 11th in basically 1 lap. That is a heck of a...
Several times through the year. And he says, you know, you can think about what you might do on the last lap, but really you've just got to...
Dan Gonzalez really lost out. He's been properly pushed back now. Morelli moves through into 3rd as well. Great progression from the young Spaniard.
Yeah, he's already won 1 race and has got also to deal with whatever happens. And he says, I just do whatever I can at the time. And of course, you know, that's exactly...
A couple of riders I want to keep an eye on, Peter. Carl pushing in 9th. He had good pace last time around. Then you've got Beñat Fernandez and Christian...
3rd this year. The inside comes Christian Daniel to take the lead.
That was absolutely
what happened yesterday. He didn't know coming down the back straight that David Gonzalez...
Daniel, 10th and 11th. Not seen too much of them this weekend, but they have been big, heavy hitters the last few. Absolutely brilliant, wasn't it? So Veda goes from 1st to 3rd position as Daniel will come...
Was going to outbrake himself, but he was positioned there just to take advantage. And as he said, you know...
Rounds in Rookies Cup. Can they do something today? Or maybe you tomorrow to cap off their great seasons.
Well, that's right.
Across the line, leading this race. Veda looks just behind him. They do a bit of a twitch. You're allowed to do one.
I was breaking super late, and when David went even deeper, he thought, well, something's going to happen. He hung back. They've both been podium guys, haven't they? And they've both been quick, and they've really just got to put it together in this final weekend.
But you can't do it twice, 3 times, etc. They come towards turn 1. It's
Just nipped inside him to take the win. That was absolutely superb stuff.
Brian, the last of the late Ramadeepa, fastest rider on track then, just in the back of this group. Danish still going to be Uriarte leading the way. Veda up the inside of Christian Daniel once again, so his lead was rather short-lived. Breakers here as well in towards turn 8. He guards his line superbly, commanding out 7th place, not able to make any inroads on Mitani just ahead of him. It looks like he had, but Mitani just...
Yeah, and they've broken away. The group has broken away. Yaroslav Karpushin is back there in
front. You can go off track there, that's blue, it's not green, that's all fine. It's all starting to get a bit tasty now. Pushes him way wide, forces him well wide, and Joel Pons has unfortunately gone down at turn 15.
In 6th place, and that's the rest of the field. I wonder if these leading group of 5 are going to hang on to it.
Gonzalez push back a little bit. Mitani give a bit of pressure at Veda. Indeed. Oh, it's been a torrid year for poor Joel. He looked really good at practice, didn't he? But qualifying didn't work. Gonzalez had a big twitch to the front end.
He did, didn't he? There, he collected that up just in time to turn. As I say, I think that is still Zen Mitani not fighting his way, not
out for him.
No, he did look good in practice, but he just had a lousy both seasons, first season, second. It right, but he lost a little bit of ground, but I think it could have been a lot worse.
Karpushin's
sticking his elbows out at the moment. There's 3 laps to go, 2.5 laps to go. I think as he's going to do the same season, has not worked out to him. He's got more talent than he shows for sure. Morelli in 2nd place now, and he's
absolutely on it, isn't he? He got a podium last time out in Saxon. He's got Danish for company.
Same as yesterday, we're going to see his best on the last couple of laps. So it's still Brian Uriarte that leads. Put his head down, chasing after Brian Uriarte. He's looking for his first win of the season.
It's behind him, and the chase begins. They're 1 second off David Gonzalez at the
over Marco Morelli. David Gonzalez, disappointed not to win yesterday. So determined.
Carter Thompson in 13th position. He's another one of our podium finishers, and fine. We're going to come across the intermediate, second intermediate now, near enough.
Coming to do it today.
Tell you what, Brian is, certainly was yesterday, front runners. It's just a bit off the boil in recent rounds in terms of his actual results on paper, but on the exit of this corner, we'll see whether that gap is coming down or not. But the leading quintet, the most cunning of all of them, wasn't he? I mean, that's what it's about when you're just preparing for anything to happen.